Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be super casual and laid back. I'm literally in a comfy t-shirt. My hair is still wet from my shower, but in today's video, I am going to be creating this makeup look for you guys using my all-time favorite Holy Grail makeup products. These are hands down my all-time favorite makeup products. Some of them are newer, some of them are older, some are drugstore, some are high-end, and I actually might have accidentally used one product that they no longer sell. It's one of the old Kat Von D blushes. I know that she just recently reformulated them, but that is my all-time favorite blush, so I did want to use it in this video. I quickly want to mention that I showed you guys two foundations in this video. One is the NARS Velvet Matte Skin Tint, which has SPF in it, and that is my all-time favorite foundation with SPF. And then the second one that I showed you was the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and that is also my all-time favorite foundation, but that one does not have SPF, so you guys have two options there. They are both way too light for me right now, but I didn't want to use a different foundation. I wanted to use those to show you guys that they are my favorite. So it's going to look a little bit light and like it doesn't match me at first, but then I do kind of make it work throughout the video. I'm aware that it's too light for me, but I wanted to make sure that you guys saw that those are my favorite foundations. So other than that, that is all that I have to say. If you guys are curious to see how I created this look right here using my top favorite makeup products, then go ahead and keep on watching. Okay, so starting off with primer, I'm going in with the Marc Jacobs Remarkable Coconut Infused Primer. And this is my favorite primer to kind of nourish the skin to make sure that it is nice and hydrated. And it also prolongs the wear of my makeup. To fill in the pores around my nose, I like to use the Tarte Clean Slate Primer because it really does fill in the pores without feeling too silicone-y, and it lasts all day and keeps my nose matte. So like I said in the intro to this video, these are my picks for my favorite foundations with and without SPF. The Too Faced one is the one that I chose to use in this video today. Obviously, like I said, it is way too light, but I am blending it out as much as possible and I'm going to try and make it work. To cover up my hereditary dark under eye circles, I'm going in with the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. This is a pink tone corrector and it is going to counteract the blue and red tones that I have going on underneath my eyes. I try and place this as close to the lash line as possible and in the inner corner because that's where it is the darkest. You guys can see here a before and after of how dark my under eyes were and how much this product brightened up that area. So I just put a light amount of this underneath the eyes and then I go ahead and cover that up and brighten the area even more with my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. The shade that I use in this depends on how tan I am, but the formula is absolutely incredible. So I'm just using this to highlight the face. For powder, this one by Laura Mercier in Translucent is my favorite setting powder, especially for under the eyes. It never gets too heavy or cakey and it does the most amazing job of making your makeup last for hours and hours on end. My nose area especially gets extremely oily and this powder really helps to keep that shine down, especially when you use this powder using the baking method. My favorite bronzer is this one by Makeup Forever. This is the Pro Bronze Fusion. This one here in particular is in shade 30M, but I also have shade 25L. This one is a matte one, and the texture and formula of these powders are incredible. They are not powdery at all. They have a very cream-like texture to them, but they are a powder. If you have not played with these yet, the formula is incredible and nothing like I have ever played with before. I love how easy they are to blend on the skin, and because they are a waterproof formula, they last all day long. For blush today, I am using my favorite blush of all time, but it is also discontinued. This is Wish by Kat Von D, and she just recently reformulated her blushes, and I actually played with some of the new formulated ones, and I do not like them as much as the old ones, so I use this blush sparingly because it is my favorite and it no longer exists. Moving on to highlighter, obviously I'm using the Bobbi Brown highlighter in Pink Glow. You guys know that this is my all-time favorite highlighter to ever exist, and it'll probably be my favorite highlighter until the end of time. It is just the most insanely gorgeous icy pink highlighter, and it is so luminous without having too much glitter or being too intensely fake looking. It just looks absolutely stunning, and I get stopped and asked questions about this highlighter every single time that I wear it. It is just my favorite highlighter of all time. Moving on to brows, my favorite brow pencil is actually by L'Oreal, so it's from the drugstore. It's their Brow Stylist Definer, and I like to go in with the Milani Clear Brow Shaping Wax first, and I just put this into my brows, I spoolie it out, and then I fill them in with that L'Oreal brow pencil, and I have it in the shade dark brown. It is just amazing. I love how pigmented it is. It's very easy to use. The formula is not too waxy, so it glides on nicely and it blends out like a dream. It also lasts a super long time, but in order to lock that into place, the brow gel that I use is by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It is just their clear brow gel, and I use that as a final step to my brows. Moving on to the eyes, my favorite eyeshadow ever to set my lids and highlight my brow bone is by MAC Cosmetics in the shade Blanc Type. It is just an incredibly pigmented white bone colored matte shadow. And my current favorite eyeshadow palette is the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. So starting off with the eyeshadow, I'm just taking that lavender-ish shade right there in the palette on my Sigma E40 brush, and I am blending this into the crease of the eye from outer corner to inner corner, and I'm making the color intensity most pigmented in the outer corner, and I'm also slightly flicking it out to create a nice cat eye shape to the eye. Next, I'm taking the shade Antique Bronze on the brush that comes in the palette, and I'm taking the fluffy blending side of the brush, and I'm going to start creating a halo eye look with this shade. So I'm going to be putting a lot of shadow in the outer corner of the eye, taking it up and into the crease, and then putting it on the lid of the front of the eye as well, while trying to keep the center of the lid as bare as possible. So you guys will be able to see what I'm doing better than I can explain it, but you're basically trying to create a halo with the eye, keeping the center of the lid blank because we're going to put another shadow there later. Next, I'm going to be picking up the shade Vermeer with my finger, and I'm going to be placing this right in the center of my lid where we tried to keep the area blank. And then I'm going to go back in with my blending brush that I just used, and I'm going to try and blend this center shade into the darker shade that we just blended, just to make sure that it doesn't look too randomly placed in the center of the eyelid. I really want to make sure that the colors do blend together, so I go back and forth to layer those up. To highlight the inner corner and the brow bone, I'm going in with the shade Tempera. This is my favorite shade in the palette, believe it or not. I just love how intensely icy it is for a highlight. I think that it is gorgeous, and the formula of the shadow is amazing as well. It's so smooth. For the lower lash line, I'm going to be mixing Raw Sienna and Burnt Orange on the other side of the brush that comes in the palette, and I'm mostly going to be focusing these colors on the outer corner of the eye, stopping it almost before we get into the inner corner. I don't want to bring the darkness in too close to the inner part of the eye, but then I'm going to take Antique Bronze again, and I'm going to be placing this really on the outer corner of the eye, not taking it even halfway on the lower lash line, and then I'm going to flip the brush back over and blend all those shades together. For mascara, I'm using my favorite mascara of all time, which is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I'm just putting on a couple of coats of this, and then I absolutely love to layer on a couple coats of the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black mascara as well. These two mascaras together are absolutely stunning. People think that I'm wearing false lashes every time that I pair these together. For my lips, I'm obsessed with these Too Faced lip liners. This one is in the shade Perfectly Nude, and I think that it is probably my favorite lip liner ever. For the lips, I'm going to be using the Jouer liquid lipstick in the shade Noisette, and I have super dry chapped lips, and you guys, the formula of these liquid matte lipsticks are the best that I have tried so far. They are so comfortable, they are not drying, they are so smooth and comfortable. They almost feel hydrating on the lips, but they are my all-time favorite formula of liquid lipsticks. So that is it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. And let me know in the comments below what your favorite makeup products of all time are, because I would love to know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.